For a taste of Aeon, first get a taste of Greece. The story of Aeon chocolate starts in 1930, when a group of shareholders set up a chocolate production factory on Piraeus Street in Neophaliro, Greece, where it still exists today. The name Aeon comes from Aeon, the aromatic plant, commonly known as violet. In 1947, the company launched its first milk chocolate with almonds, known as Almond Aeon, which still today remains among the most popular from among the wide range of Aeon products. In 1956, the trading company I. Kotsiopoulos Brothers was established, which became the exclusive distributor of Aeon products. Under the complete control of entrepreneur Konstantinos Kotsiopoulos, the Aeon brand gradually expanded into new sectors of confectionery, such as chewing gum, wafers, hazelnut paste with cocoa, and later croissants. Milestones in the growth of Aeon products were the significant investments in Arta in the mid-1970s through the creation of a wafer-producing factory. In the 1970s, Aeon launched two of its successful products, chocolate with hazelnut noisette and Choco Fretta. Later, towards the end of the 1980s, it introduced into the Greek market the first chocolate square called Break. Another important development for the company was the acquisition of Interia SA, which produced New Crema. This move gave Aeon entry into the market of hazelnut paste with cocoa. Later still, the acquisition of Mabel Chocolate in 1999, which specialized in seasonal or holiday chocolate products for Easter and Christmas, was yet another step in the company's expansion and growth. Over the last 40 years, Aeon has maintained a leading position in chocolate production, especially as regards the variety of products available on the market, as well as its communication, organization, and contribution to society. The company's innovations are not limited to its products or its promotions. In the 60s and 70s, Aeon was one of the first companies in Greece to advertise widely, at first in print and later with the growth of television through advertising spots. Even as regards sales, distribution, and customer service, I. Kotsiopoulos Brothers introduced unprecedented innovations to Greece. What with its own distribution centers in Athens and Thessaloniki, and its own network of dealers and agents, it was able to serve the entire Greek market. Its export business was just as important, growing steadily to cover the Balkans, Europe, the Arab world, Egypt, Cyprus, South America, the USA, Canada, China, and Japan. Today, Aeon owns two modern production units at Neophaliro and Arta with a high production capacity and quality control laboratories where new products are developed, as well as another production unit at Markopoulos Attica for hazelnut paste with cocoa and Mabel for chocolate and chocolate products. With a workforce of almost 1,000 people and a turnover of over 105 million euros, Aeon is now ranked among the top 50 industries in Greece, and most important of all, is Greek through and through. Quality and reliability continue to be Eon's main objectives. The aim of the company is to provide enjoyable products of the highest standards of quality, so that the Eon brand continues to be consumers' first choice. Cocoa comes from an impressive tree, the cocoa tree, which grows mainly in the countries of Central America, South America, and West Africa. A single cocoa tree will produce about 30 melon-shaped pods. These cocoa pods contain the cocoa beans. After they are harvested, the shells are removed and the beans collected in large baskets where they undergo fermentation necessary in order to expel the pulp. When the cocoa beans are cleaned, they are spread on large mats and exposed to the sun for about 10 days to dry out, whereupon they go brown in color and begin to release their delicate aroma. They are then packed and shipped to us. All imports of cocoa to Greece are made by Eon. Chocolate production is not an easy thing. It requires a very complex process which uses high-tech machinery. Above all, it takes great scientific experience and know-how, as well as painstaking care and attention at all stages of production. The cocoa beans we receive are carefully selected to ensure top quality, like all raw materials used by Eon. Once the beans arrive at the factory, the whole process is done mechanically without the intervention of human hands. These are the silos where the cocoa beans are stored when they arrive at the factory. Each cocoa variety is stored in a different silo. From the silos, the beans go into the cleansing machine, which removes the dust, twigs, and other foreign bodies. The beans are then transferred automatically to the machine in which they are roasted. Here the beans lose their moisture and acquire the characteristic flavor and color of cocoa. The roasted cocoa beans are peeled and crushed into tiny pieces. In this machine called a pulper, the final pulping takes place. The tiny pieces of cocoa are turned into cocoa pulp. This machine is called a press. Here the cocoa pulp is compressed so as to remove the cocoa butter. From here, what remains goes on to become the beloved Eon cocoa powder that we drink at home. The cocoa butter that was removed will be added again to the chocolate at a later stage. Back to how chocolate is made. The cocoa pulp, due to be turned into chocolate, goes through the blenders. Here, sugar, milk, and cocoa butter are added in accordance with Eon's recipes. All the ingredients are properly blended, and the mixture is transferred into these large 5-cylinder machines. The mixture is forcefully pushed between the cylinders from the bottom upwards and turned into a fine powder. At this stage, called the refining stage, the chocolate takes on its characteristic velvety texture. The next stage is called conking, because the fine dust passes through the console, which are these large heated agitators. Here the fine dust is stirred and slowly melts into a fragrant pulp. This is liquid chocolate. It is at this stage that chocolate gives out its characteristic smell. This is why conking is a very important process. The longer the mixture remains inside the console, the tastier the chocolate will be. It is from the liquid chocolate that comes out of the console that all the different kinds of chocolates and other Eon products are made. Depending on the type of product we want to make, we will choose the corresponding liquid chocolate. Through these tubes, the chocolate is transferred to the printing process. Here, the paste, that is the liquid chocolate, is poured into molds depending on the shape, size, and weight of each product. The molds full of liquid chocolate are then placed in special refrigerators. There, the chocolate solidifies and takes its final form. The chocolates are then removed from the molds and tested one by one in order to ensure that they all follow Aeon's stringent requirements, and yours. Finally, Aeon chocolate reaches the last stage of production. The chocolate is packed in airtight foil or flow-pack packaging to keep its freshness. It is then placed inside its corresponding product wrapper, specifying the type of chocolate such as milk, almond, hazelnut, and so on. This is where the use-by date is printed. Finally, the chocolate is packed in boxes and in crates and stored at the right temperature. All necessary quality controls of our products are made at every stage of production in order to ensure Aeon's consistent quality. From this point on, some chocolates will head for kiosks, others for supermarkets, and the rest for other outlets arriving fresh in your own hands, while still others will make their way to overseas markets. This is how chocolate is made. All Aeon chocolates and chocolate products are made the same way. Let us turn briefly to the production of chocolate. Here, we see Aeon milk chocolate. In these molds, all the remaining ingredients are added to the chocolate, such as hazelnuts to noisette chocolate, almonds to our beloved Aeon almond chocolate, and grains of rice which together with chocolate form the coconut filling of Derby chocolate. This is how Join, Serrano, Aeon Health, Aeon Hazelnut, Break Chocolate, and the three flavored chocolates Serrano and Assorti are made. Apart from these, however, Aeon also makes our well-known Choco Fretta, Maxi Choco Fretta, Mini Choco Fretta, Choco Frettina, and Pocket Pie. New Crema, and Aeon Cocoa, as well as Baloo Candy and Umami Candy. Aeon also produces products for professional use, such as raw materials for confectioners. So you see what a long journey cocoa beans follow. Let's go through it again. Cleaned, crushed, turned into cocoa pulp, fine powder, then liquid chocolate, which in turn solidifies into a chocolate bar and is finally packaged. This is how Eon chocolates come into your hands. The next time you enjoy an Eon chocolate, you'll know how much care, know-how, and attention goes into producing your favorite delicacy.